Hi everybody, I just wanted to give you a little tour of the most up-to-date version of the English 011 shell template. So this is for our co-requisite course that attaches to our English 111 Writing and Inquiry. So I'm just going to go down the main menu here and say a little bit about each section. And if you have any questions, obviously feel free to contact me at any time. All right, here we go. I have a sort of boilerplate banner here. The problem is that it is not editable. So I have a course banner template here, but I don't believe you can edit it from inside Blackboard. So if you want a copy of this file, I can send it to you as a PowerPoint, and then you can type in your information and save it as a JPEG. And then you just need to go to Customization, Teaching Style, and then click Delete this banner, pick your file, hit Submit, and it will swap it out. So, like I said, just let me know if you want a copy of that one, or if you want a little tutorial on how to make a banner for your Blackboard course. Okay, so announcements. I just have a sample of a first announcement that feel free to use, delete, whatever. You click here to make a new announcement. If you see your class at least once a week, this is just a personal thing. If I have a class and we see each other face to face at least once a week, I usually just do a Friday end of the week recap kind of memo. If it is 100% online, I tend to do at least 2 announcements a week, and I try to make them happen around the same days and times. And tell my students to treat it like a class meeting. They need to check it, they need to read it, they need to do something about it. So yeah, that's my announcements section. Course information. This is just pulled out of my syllabus, and you can see the highlighted yellow parts. If you were to do a course copy, you could just swap that out for your custom information. And I have a separate section that includes some information about required commitment to be successful, as well as the required course materials, right? One thing that I'm trying to do with this course shell is get it set up for Quality Matters review. And so I used a rubric as I was working on the shell, and that has led me to add some items to different sections of the shell, so that I can get this course certified. If anything ever appears redundant to you or inaccurate or unneeded, it's your prerogative to add and remove things as you see fit from your English 011 Blackboard shell. One thing that is exactly what I'm talking about with Quality Matters is having sort of this metacognitive piece of not just putting the syllabus in there, but adding something that explains what a syllabus is, why it is important. So I've added this little item right here, the importance of your course syllabus. And then obviously for my fall courses, I'll be adding in not just a syllabus, but I have a separate document with the calendar. I put both of those under course syllabus, and I put them somewhere else that I'll get to in just a second. Okay, attendance policy, just pull it straight from your syllabus. If you're teaching 011 for the first time, or you're teaching a pattern you've never taught before and you need help with the max allowed absences math, let me know or let Ashley know and we can help you out with that. I know it gets a little funky, especially with those hybrid courses. Just make sure that whatever you have in your syllabus matches what you have on Blackboard. Student surveys, I guess I just direct you to student services on that one. If you are a new to coastal instructor, you can talk to the division chair, you can talk to me, you can talk to your mentor if you have a mentor. We can kind of break this down for you. I'm still awaiting information about how we're handling it this fall. We had kind of a different way of doing it when we had COVID protocols, so I'm just not sure yet. More information should come out from our division chairs in the near future on that one. There are just little contact cards that you can create, and so in this shell template I have Ashley's, and then I just have a blank one for the instructor, which you could update with your information. And then the old calendar. I have this blank for this course since it is not attached to any particular semester. And, you know, I defer to the individual instructor on this. You can use it to the extent that you want to use it. Not all instructors realize this, but when you create something in the gradebook and give it a deadline, it automatically pops up on this calendar. But you can also treat it just like a normal calendar. You can add your own dates and reminders manually. You can have a note for the first day of class, last day of class, days off, that sort of thing. All right. Important links. English 011 and CCCC. I've been tinkering with this quite a bit lately. I do have a note for everyone at the top here about the whole deal with the relationship between the English 111 essay scores and the English 011 grade book. I won't get into that dissertation right now, but just a friendly reminder that you are supposed to be recording the 111 essay scores in your 011 grade book on Blackboard. Okay. I have links to Inquisitive's dashboard, the Seagull Handbook ebook, the more interactive one that has the student set on it, as well as the Let's Talk. I also added the Let's Talk Library of Readings, which is really cool. If you haven't looked at it, I was pleasantly surprised at what I found. So if you ever want to assign an article and have your 011 students practice reading, note-taking, summary writing, you know, that seems like a great place to start as far as pulling some high-interest, up-to-date readings. I have a link to what's called the Help Zone, which is a discussion forum. This is one of those Quality Matters requirements. Every Blackboard shell has to have a help area, and so I've added one to this shell template. Still looking for the time to expand this 3I, 3R technique that Kara and I invented. We'll get there someday, but for now there's a handout and I encourage you to check it out. I also have the library writing help website, Writer Center link, a Success Coach video with the Success Coach team website. As new video, like coastal resource videos pop up, I will try to update them in this area. I also decided to add the Coastal Advising and Counseling direct link, as well as a direct link to the coastal course schedules and catalogs. All right, this is a Quality Matters thing. Start here. They think that you should have a very clearly marked landing zone, starting zone for your students. And so I strongly encourage you to create a welcome video for your class, especially if it's a 100% online course. And then another thing that I do is copy my syllabus and calendar over from the course syllabus area to the Start Here area. So it's in both spots. Just remember, if you need to update one or the other, update it in both spots. This is a sample welcome video that I created last summer. It's not perfect. We'll just leave it at that. But it might, if you watch it, it might give you some ideas. And then I just have that week 1 to-do list. And again, anything you see here, what's mine is yours if you want it. And if you don't want it, that doesn't hurt my feelings either, as long as you adhere to those bare minimum English co-rec parameters. There's a document called English 011 Must Do's, and that is posted on SharePoint. And so that's really the stuff you need to stick to with this class. Everything else, it's you're the instructor, you're the expert, do what fits your teaching style. I do have a syllabus quiz in this shell template. By all means, if you want it, you can have it, but you can also go in and you can, for example, you might want to edit the answer to this one so that it matches your name. And yeah, I try to keep this to where most other instructors could use it, but definitely take the time to read through it if you plan on using it so that you don't lead them astray. I have included the how-to video. Ashley sent us a link a while ago. I forwarded the same link to everyone a little bit ago. It's a very short video that shows what is thankfully an easy process for these students. They really just have to click on one of the ebook links or one of the Inquisitive links and then just kind of sign their life away, click on a couple check boxes, and then they're in. Now, before any of that happens, before the first day of class, you need to go in and click on one of those links and make sure you create your student set and all that fun stuff. Again, it's not a difficult process, but you want to make sure you have that set up before any of your students can get into your shell and start clicking around. Okay, English 011 Student Introductions. This is an icebreaker discussion forum that is required for Quality Matters for online courses. If you're not teaching an online version of this course, or you already like your icebreaker that you have in 111, you are certainly welcome to remove this or not include it. But for this shell template for Quality Matters certification, that's what meets that requirement. Here's another link to that Help Zone discussion forum, and then another Quality Matters thing. Every section of the Blackboard content areas should have aligned learning objectives listed at the bottom. And so you'll see they always begin with student will and then a nice verb. Student will attain, student will communicate, and these should align with the tasks that have been asked of them up here. Again, if you want these, I can give you a course copy, or I could send just the text to you if you want to have those. All right, moving along. I have a section called Weekly Inquisitive Work. I have a copy of the dashboard at the top. An important note for students about how the role that the Inquisitive plays in their course grade. Another copy of the Access video. I also have a link to the Inquisitive Help website, which I did not receive with the initial cartridge from the Norton reps, but I feel like it's an important link for students to have at the top of this Inquisitive area. Then I have renamed and numbered the Inquisitive Activities, and I've removed a couple based on my teaching practices, and I won't go into that in detail here because this video is already getting long, but I can answer any questions you have about that. Then the other thing I did was I tried to group excerpts of the ebook to match with the Inquisitive activity. So here's the excerpt on sentence fragments, here's the excerpt here's the Inquisitive activity on sentence fragments, so they match up. And I will probably be moving mine into folders by week or by module. But for the template shell, I just wanted to have the whole vertical scroll, the whole burrito right here, so that you can decide how you want to organize these. One thing that I will mention that is important, that sometimes with the course copies, these settings come through and sometimes they don't. For your Inquisitive activities, make sure that it's checked as a tool provider, and enable evaluation is set to yes, 100 points, and visible to students. You can hide these from students if you want to. I would keep them available though as the weeks roll by, so that students are encouraged to go back and improve their scores. Yeah. So you could create something like this on your own, or if you don't want to reinvent the wheel, let me know and I can send you a course package that you can upload into your own 011 shell, and it will just add whatever section you want. So I recently made a package that included the important links, start here, and inquisitive work. And so the person who received that, they can upload that, and then those 3 content areas will pop up on their left side menu. Okay, so 3 modules. Remember that these modules should match the modules in your English 111. And what I tend to do is I don't put the assignment sheet in my 011 shell. I on purpose, I make sure that there are some things that they have to go to the 111 shell for, and that there are some things they have to go to the 011 shell for, so that early on they understand that they are registered for 2 courses, they're getting 2 different grades, they have 2 sets of assignments. So these tend to be bare bones for me. Even once I customize this, it's not going to have a lot more in it. So I just have a couple writing process check-in points. I have a discussion forum for each module called Group Therapy. It's sort of like an extension of that help forum, but it's specific to the essay at hand. And then I'm going to have 1 or 2 reader response type of activities, one using a model student essay of that type of writing assignment so that they can pick it apart, analyze it, outline it, whatever, and that will obviously translate to them building a stronger essay on their end when they go to write it. I also have a mandatory rough draft upload on the 011 side. For you instructors who require rough draft uploads in 111, that's fine. You can remove this type of link from your 011 shell, but you should still record a rough draft check score in the 011 gradebook. And I don't know why my font is funky here. I'll have to go back and fix that. But I have composed learning objectives that match with my particular essay assignment. So I won't go into great detail for the Module 2 and Module 3 areas, except to show you that it's kind of the same deal. Check writing process, check-ins, group therapy, rough draft upload link, a couple different reader response activities, and learning objectives. All right. And then the discussion board, you know, some people choose to hide it and just go with the embedded links to the forums and the other sections of the Blackboard page. Some people leave it open. When you go into it, you're just going to see every single discussion forum that's available. I tend to make the future ones not available as to not confuse the students, but then of course all of a sudden it's time and I forgot to make it available. So you know that whole deal. And then collaborate. You know, I don't know how much I'll be using that this semester, but it's good to know it's there. We can always hop on there with an individual student or the whole class, or we can create our own instructional videos out of here. It's pretty cool. So if you haven't used it much, I would recommend talking to Robin Jones, getting a tutorial on it, because it's pretty cool. And then we have our instructor help and resources that I have hidden from students. That's given me some attitude. There it is. I'm not sure what happened there. I'll make sure that that link is smooth before I give it to anybody else. And then students, they have their grades, attendance, the new student support resources page. There have been a lot of emails flying around about this. Be careful when you do your course copies so that you are preserving the most up-to-date student resources link, student support resources. I can help with that if anybody doesn't get one with their course copy or something like that. Just let me know. All right, I'm going to stop this thing short of 20 minutes. I hope I haven't bored you all to tears or worse, death. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.